right, in today's episode, I talk about no plan equals no success. Check it out now. All right, kicking things off, new week, new opportunities, new possibilities in front of you. I always am excited for Mondays, right? Why? Because it's a fresh canvas, fresh painting that you can paint in your life. You can point your direction where you want to go. I know a lot of people dislike Mondays. I look forward to them. Why? Because I prepare. And that's what today's episode is all about. No plan equals no success. And if at this point, listening to this episode on your Monday morning, you don't have a direction where you want to go, you're already falling behind. Because what happens to us dads who are managing work, our careers, maybe our businesses, we're managing our relationship with our wives, we're managing our kiddos, and hey, a lot of kids are going back to school today. I know my boys are, right? We're juggling all these things. And then we got to mix in our fitness, our nutrition. If we're practicing building that mindset muscle, are we getting enough sleep? There is a lot of balls we're juggling in the air. So to be successful and crush life personally and professionally, we need to plan. And we need to plan for success because otherwise life will push us around. We will be drifting and at the mercy of the current, of the ocean, of the river, wherever you're at. Instead, have a plan of where you want to go. And to start the week, it's so important to do that because then you start on your toes. You start attacking life. You start playing offense from the moment you wake up on Monday. That's why I love to do this Sunday nights, setting my targets for the week so I know exactly where I'm going to head. I know what I want to accomplish personally, professionally, and then another area that I'm interested in. I usually pick only 3 things, 3 big dominoes I want to knock over in my life because if I have too much, I get overwhelmed. And then I very rarely do much of anything because my brain just doesn't function that way. I don't think the human brain functions when we have 19, 20, 21, 23, 30 tasks that we want to accomplish a week. Man, it just becomes so overwhelming. And when we get overwhelmed, that is a cause of procrastination. Love the number 3. There is power in that number 3. Set something personal you want to tackle. Set something professional you want to tackle. And then in an area maybe you procrastinated before, set something there. Set a target. If you do that repeatedly on Sundays, I guarantee your weeks will be so much more productive. Number 1, you're going to have targets. Number 2, Sunday night, your mind is going to think about as you're sleeping because the mind is ruminating on the last things that we think about before we go to sleep. Your mind's going to ruminate on those 3 things, those 3 targets where you want to go. It's going to start preparing you for success versus, hey, what happens if you don't set anything? What happens if you're binge watching a Netflix show till 10, 11, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning? Maybe there's violence, killing. Like that's how your mind is going to think throughout the night. So it's no wonder why, if that happens, you're waking up anxious. You're waking up worried. You're waking up playing defense. We need to change our approach on a weekly, daily basis. We need to plan for success. If it's not in the calendar, if you haven't written it down, what you want to attack in this week, life will happen. And I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But once I started this process, it's given my life direction. It's given me the things that I truly want to move the needle in my life with. And by 3, very manageable, right? I always operate from a simple, easy, almost laughable perspective. Set those targets. And then as the warrior dad for your family, that tip of the spear leading from the front, share these things with your family. Share them with your kiddos. Those things are so, so incredibly powerful. You need to plan for success. It's not just going to happen, right? We're not going to wish for something. We're not going to pray for something. We're not going to just hope and it's going to happen. We need to plan, and then we need to take action based upon that plan and those targets that we want to hit. Implement that into your life. It's a game changer. All of a sudden, you have direction. All of a sudden, you know where to head. All of a sudden, you hold yourself accountable, right? If you still lack accountability, that's where you go out to thewarriordad.com and you book a time to speak to me, because I will hold you accountable to do the things that you know you need to do that maybe you don't do on a daily basis, right? Monday, new week. Maybe you set things in order, but you're already falling behind. You already haven't kept that commitment to yourself. That's where I come in, holding you accountable to the things that you know you need to do, but so many times you don't do them. Plan for success. No plan equals no success. I appreciate you checking out this episode. Dare to be uncommon, love, lead, legacy, create a legendary day, and I'll talk to you soon.